alternate universes. Now, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure Sans said something about like different timelines in his battle, which means that every single fangirl's alternate universe is technically canon in Undertale, which is kind of cool how your creation is canon in Undertale. Isn't that cool? I think it's not very cool. It's okay. All right, AUs, are they good? Maybe. Some of them are good. Some of them are not very good. Like one time in this Discord server I'm in, there's these two guys that were talking, and they were talking about AUs, and they're like, bro, AUs suck. What about Undertale? But they're all in blenders. And me being the Mr. Undertale, I was like, yo, that sounds like a fire idea. I'm gonna make that a thing. BlenderTale. Never mind, there's already a thing called BlenderTale, and it has nothing to do with blenders. Why do you call it BlenderTale? It has nothing to do with blenders. Okay, I'm gonna make BlenderTale 2. Not associated with BlenderTale, though. Alright, here's the story of BlenderTale 2, not associated with BlenderTale. Long ago, there were fruits and, not fruits. And the fruits got banished to the blender to be blended one day. Yeah. And then some random, like, let's call it, I don't know who falls. Someone falls. Let's call it a butter knife, because, you know, it's funny like the toy knife and the real knife, which is technically a worn dagger. It kind of makes sense. Yeah. They meet a ghost pepper named Naps the Blue. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep the names. It's the depressed ghost pepper. We're gonna die one day anyway. This took a dark turn fast. Anyway, there's this mother. Goats, it's just lamb. Just lamb. And they're like, I'm gonna keep you here where it's safe. In my bubble. And then they're like, I wanna get out of here. How do I exit this place? So they fight. And guess what? It's a knife. I think a knife can cut lamb. Can you guess who wins? And then there's the brothers. We got a like, you know those like dog treats that look like bones? Yeah, that's one of them. And then there's another one, and it's literally just like a cornflake. Why? Well, it's supposed to be sans, and sans means without. And cornflakes, they do not have flavor, so they're without flavor. Yeah, aren't I funny? Aren't I funny? I am very funny. I'm a very funny man. Then there's a dog. It's just another dog treat. I don't really know what to do with that. And then the Mr. Paper, he's like, hey, I wanna date you, but first I gotta battle you. And did you know if you stab a dog treat hard enough with a butter knife, it breaks? Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. And then there's a fish, literally just a fish, and they're like, I'm gonna track down this butter knife and put a stop to them. And there's the Mad Dummy is a ghost. They don't exist. Yeah, they're just not there. They don't exist. Literally, not at all. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so then there's the fish, and they're like, I'm gonna capture you, but they're a butter knife. Butter knives are kind of big. Not bigger than a fish, but they can definitely cut a fish. Yeah. Yeah, so that didn't work. And then there's like this dinosaur. Now I didn't know what to do with Alphys. So I completely removed her. And instead there's just Metaton, and he's just like vibing in Hotland. That's just like, okay. I'm gonna do this. So there's like these different parts of the blender. There's like the top, this part, that part. Yeah, those are just the different parts. Metaton, he's like, I planted a bomb inside the blender. It's gonna blow up. And so then like Mr. Butterknife has to go and save that. I came up with this idea like a long time ago, okay? And then there's the final person. They're just another goat. And they're like, hey, fight me. So they fight them. And did you know that lambs, the lamb from the beginning, it's basically the same thing, okay? There's not much changes. So of course, the butter knife wins. And then Flowey just comes there. It's just he's just a bay leaf. And he's like, it's in this world, it's blend or be blended. You get it? It's funny. Yeah, it's funny. And I just realized I did not talk about any fruits. And I said the fruit. Okay, can we, like... I'm writing this on, like, Wattpad, okay? Oh, we can, like, change the beginning. So long ago, there was, like, fruits, and then there was other food. And the other fruit were, like, banished to the end. And the fruits won. Yeah. So, yeah, the bay leaf, it gets beaten by the knife. Because if you stab a bay leaf hard enough, it breaks. Did you know that? I didn't know that until I started making this. And so the butter knife, they went home. But there's one thing we forgot about. One secret thing that we completely forgot about. And no, I'm not talking about the genocide route. Because it's a butter knife. I think anything they do is genocide. Not really. Okay, the genocide route doesn't exist because Chara, they're gone from this universe. Is Chara a bad person or is it the player? There is no player. So I guess it is Chara. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, okay? Here's a Blender thing. Get it? Because it's like 3D editing. Like Blender. Like BlenderTale. This video is so stupid.